Hey everybody, welcome to Jimena Fosado's episode of the Shred Showcase on Communicate Live series. I believe she is actually, well, I know she is the first woman that I am interviewing for the Jared Dines Shred collab, which is really exciting. And so I have sent my invite to her, 2 p.m. sharp, 11 a.m. Hey girl!
Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you.
Great to see you too. I love your guitar. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's like the little, background for the videos. You know how it is.
I love it. We both have our sparkly lights. That's so
Oh my God, yes. I love your background too.
kind of twinning. Anyways, welcome everyone live. Congratulations on making it onto the Jared Dines Shred collab. That is so
Thank you very much.
sure a lot of people want some deets filled on that. So we're going to jump right in just with a warm-up question here. What record do you have on repeat right now, and what musician are you currently drawing the most inspiration from? Which
Wow, those are like really cool questions, like straight up. That is interesting because I don't have like a certain album on repeat. I just have like several artists. Honestly, most people tell me like, "Oh, are you listening to metal?" if I'm wearing like headphones, and I'm like, "No, I'm just listening to like even pop or rap or like instrumental." So it's like something completely different to what I usually like practice or play or get hired for. So like I would say like I listen a bit of everything.
And that's awesome. I think that's what's that is what is part of making you such an incredible and versatile player, because
Right.
constantly loading your brain with different genres and you get different melodies through that, and that's how you
Yeah.
learn. To restrict yourself to one genre isn't always the
Right.
best, but to each their own. And yeah, we got a lot of friends, a lot of Jimena support. Love to see it.
Yay. Hey guys, thanks for joining.
Yeah, so is there like a hip hop artist that you're currently like really digging?
I would say, I mean, I listen to a lot of Post Malone and sometimes Drake if it pops up in like the playlist. Because sometimes I just follow what like Spotify recommends just to see what's trending. I think that's something important to see what trends, to see like what people is like wanting and trying to listen to. So like I can get a little bit of melodic lines and stuff, copying like a little bit of the lyrics, like the melody like of vocals.
Yeah,
I think that helps a lot. So it kind of gives me that kind of inspiration to put like my approach in my own music, or like sometimes like I get hired by pop artists and they're like, okay, play a solo but make it melodic. So it's like I get the inspiration from there pretty much.
very cool. Post Malone is really great as far as like phrasing and stuff. He's got really cool too, and his vocal lines are very melodic. And I mean,
Right.
he's a great artist, and he actually started in metal. And I know that
Yeah.
a lot of metal artists that are friends with me love Post Malone, and maybe it's because we all come from like the same pool of
Right.
influences.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. It's a pretty cool approach, like to broaden what you listen to.
absolutely. So I want to jump right into this Jared Dines Shred collab. Let's
Yeah,
talk.
yeah, go for
About,
it.
so you obviously landed a spot on the roster, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier. You are the first woman from the collab that I am interviewing, so that
Thank
is
you.
super cool. Woo woo.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. So tell me about the guitar that you're using for the collab. If you have it on you, that's great. You can show it. If not, you can just.
Yes, I actually have it next to me. So, it's this PRS 35th anniversary.
Ooh, oh my goodness. PRS, yo. Some of the best.
Right. This is pretty much, I would call it my baby. Like, I'm not trying to make my other guitars jealous, but this is like my go-to, and I really wanted to use it for the video. Like, the sound is pretty awesome. You can split the coils here with this two switches. So it's pretty
Oh,
cool. I love the color and the finish. So it's a really special guitar for me. And yeah, so I'm using that with certain plugins from my computer. I record in Logic. And I have to say, it was quite a challenge because I had a lot of like live performances when he told me like, hey, you're gonna be in the video, or like, would you like to be in the video?
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to, but my schedule is crazy right now. So like it added a little bit of pressure, especially with all the people that I'm sharing, like the video with. So I was like, okay, I'll try to fit it in my schedule no matter what. Like this is like a big deal to me, and I'm really grateful to be part of that collab.
Yeah, and obviously you had to be on it because, like I said, you've been on many, or at least several of the Bradley Hall Shred collabs as well. So this is, and I helped organize those a little bit, but this is like the cherry on top of the cake, and you just deserve
Right.
all your endeavors. If there's anybody that deserves it, it's you.
That means a lot. Thank you, girl.
Of course, I've always been a very big supporter, and I love your phrasing altogether. So be sure to tune into the collab dropping on Christmas. Drop some comments as well.
Yeah.
So you were talking about Logic a little bit, which kind of ties into my next question. What rigs or plugins did you use to record it? Which obviously Logic, but I don't know. Is there anything else that you like? What was your recording process? I guess you could lay it all out.
Okay, so before recording, I tried first, like, it was, what do I want to, like, convey or play for people to see, right? Because I wanted to be, like, my approach and see, like, try to get people to identify my own melodic phrasing, but still keep it shreddy. Because like, most guitarists, we love shredding. But, you try to make it unique so people right. So I had to practice a bunch of different options. He says that feel free to either make your own or like with the tracks that I already made. So he sends you that, and I try to test several that he sent. I ended up choosing one, thank God, because it was like, oh my gosh, I love this one, but I love this one too, but I can only choose one, right? So I chose a part that is kind of melodic that allowed me to shred, and I had to practice it a bunch of times to be like super sure about it. I usually like record myself when I'm kind of like figuring things out and improvising, and that helps me a lot to be like, oh, I like that phrase, I'm gonna keep it. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell did I just play? I don't know how to replicate that. So once I had that and I was too convinced about it, and I kept listening to it, even before the shows that I had, I kept listening to it on my headphones just to like process it so I can just go and record it, like maybe not first take, because that is not realistic, at least on my end. Most guitarists would agree that once you hit record, you forget everything and you start making mistakes.
It happens.
Right? So I dedicated one specific day after all my shows. Thank God I had less pressure, and I just kept recording until I had the final take, and I'm like, oh my gosh, finally. So I recorded it through the Helix Native from Logic, and I think it's easier for me because if I record something already with the sound, with a preset, it's like, oh my gosh, that lacks mids, or like it needs more bass and stuff like that. I find it easier with the plugin, so you can just tweak it. You have the right take, and you can just like mess with the EQ and all the effects, so that is definitely easier for me on every video or collab.
Helix is epic. I'm so glad that you use like Helix products.
Yes.
I've only experienced like one of their bigger pedals, but still the effects are really epic. So I'm sure your tone's gonna be sick.
Thank you.
PRS mixed with Helix is like, great.
Yes, I actually enjoy it a lot. So thank you.
Tasty stuff. So, well, this is actually my last question, guys. Like I said, these shred showcases are just based on the Jared Dines collab mostly. They move a bit quicker than my other interviews, so if anybody at all has any questions for Jimena, you can actually put them in the questions tab. We're going to take 3 or 4, or just in the comments. That's okay too.
I have something to say though.
What is that?
Okay, so my name is pronounced Jimena.
Jimena. Oh my God.
Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. I get that all the time. I'm used to it. You're good, girl. It's fine.
You totally corrected me in the beginning. You should have been like, girl, what are you calling?
It's totally fine. As long as you know it, it's fine.
Got you. Jimena.
Yes.
Great. Okay. That is stuck in my brain now. We good.
Okay, perfect.
So lovely, Jimena. What can listeners expect from you after the Jared Dines collab is released? Do you have any like upcoming news or projects that you really want to get out there and shout out, or any band stuff? Like, what do you have going on?
Yes. Okay. So, well, certain projects, unfortunately, I cannot disclose yet, but a lot of big things are coming up next year. I'm actually pretty excited. Certain tours are coming up. I am trying to release 5 songs, new material.
Yeah.
I was actually planning to release them like at the end of the year, but with my schedule of a lot of live performances, I didn't have enough time. You know how it is sometimes. So I'm releasing 5 songs, different genres. It's not specifically just metal or rock or pop or whatever it is. So I'm just trying to broaden and see what people think, and then base my other songs like from that. I might play with Drake Bell.
Really?
I know.
Oh,
Yeah, I met up with him like a few times. Like we were hanging out and we were jamming, and like if he gets out on tour, like we might work something out. I hope I'm allowed to say that right now. If not, okay, whatever. What else? I have other shows. I have more digital content, specifically on YouTube, because I'm super active on Instagram, but I need to, like bring to life my YouTube. I was doing pretty good at the mid-term of the year, but then as I said, like with my live performances, it was kind of hectic. I just did a show with 700 musicians. Like we were in a stadium, a football stadium.
Wow.
And like 100 drummers, 100 guitarists, 100 bass players, 100 blah blah blah. So it was a huge experience, but we needed a bunch of time to organize that and like the rehearsals and be part of it. So, and that happened as Jared reached out to me, for the collab, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to deal with everything. So maybe more content, because I recorded that for a vlog, so people know like more of the behind the scenes of my shows, like big shows. And yeah, so hopefully, I get more gigs in LA, and like, yeah, stay tuned, guys.
Ooh, LA gigs. That would be sick. But yeah, it looks like you have a ton coming up after the collab. So this is like the build up for a lot of stuff. So
yes.
Yeah, if you happen to be coming from my page, which we have an intimate crowd here, make sure you hop over to Jimena's page. And okay, Cait Brain, J in Spanish is pronounced H.
8 in English, yes, pretty much. Yeah, you could think about it like that. Yeah, for sure. So J equals H.
Gotcha. That's in my brain now. Yeah, definitely had some people looking at your live schedule and all of that exciting stuff. Definitely keep people updated on your collaborations, which you can maybe talk about.
Yes.
But yeah, it looks like we have actually.
Do you guys have any questions? Feel free to, like type them in, or just say hi. Don't be shy or too much. Yeah, so let's see. I do use the HXL stump. Well, I have 2. I have the stump, the normal one, like the small one. And then I use that to practice here. And then for like gigs and tour, like I get a little bit bigger one. It's not like the complete helix, because it's too much and I don't like carrying a lot. And sometimes the staff is too worried about other stuff. So I decided, go practical. But yeah, I use that one.
Nice. Yeah, I did see some comments on your gear. Definitely.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry, you guys. The question, I mean, maybe you can open the questions tab, but for me, it's giving me a few issues. So I can't exactly, sometimes it fights with me for some reason.
I love you too.
Yay. We love you guys. Thank you.
Spreading the love.
So yes, I believe that will conclude our
If they don't have any more questions, thank you so much for having me here. I'm really, glad that I get to see you, and we need to do more stuff together, girl. I really love your work and everything that you do. Guys, if you're following me, follow her. like she works super hard and like she's trying to always like make a change in this world. And I mean
Oh,
it from the bottom of my heart. Like I really like what you do.
thank you. And it's so refreshing to me that you listen to pop music and that you embrace that and everything. Yeah, that makes me feel really, really comfy with you for sure. Because I love,
Good. Thanks.
yeah, open-minded people that love genres of all kinds. That's, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Right there. So yeah,
Yeah.
follow Jimena. Yes.
That was close, but yes.
Show love. All right. Have a great
Thank you. You too. Have a good one. Thank you guys for joining.
take care.
Bye.